What's going on? Welcome to the Can't Get Right podcast. We back with another episode. Today we got a funny one, an entertaining one, and also a challenging one. We came up with our top 10 list of greatest rappers of all times, and we have a little caveat to it. We're going to exclude some of the dead rappers, R.I.P.
All the dead rappers.
So, Big, Tupac, Nipsey Hussle, DMX, rest in peace to all the legends, but we're going to exclude all of them from our top 10 list, and that's how we're going to do it today. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe. Let's get it.
It's not what you
The Get Right podcast.
The podcast is Can't Get Right podcast.
Alright, so we're going to start off with our top 10 list. Just so you know, none of this is in order from best to worst. We're just going to list who we have in our top 10, and we're going to go one by one. So I'm going to go first, then Chuck, then Rob, and we all going to go down the list of who is in our top 10. And we're going to give reasons why we believe they should be in our top 10. So starting it off with the list, one of the first people on my list is Kanye West. And the reason why Kanye's in my top 10 is because I feel like Kanye got a lot of classic albums that I could listen to throughout. Like The Dropout, I could listen front to back. Graduation, I could listen to front to back. He got a list of even Twisted Dark Fantasy, which I think is like one of his best albums that I could listen to front to back. And I feel like the creation, the production, everything was on point. And Kanye kind of hit me at a time where it really hit home. Like I could vibe with him, like I could relate to everything he was saying. Now all this new shit, I don't know nothing about, but classic Kanye, always in my book, gonna be in the top 10. That's number one on my list. Well, not number one, but one of the ones on my list. Kanye West.
For me, like this is in no particular order, but this one kind of is my favorite right now. Is Kendrick. I remember hearing about Kendrick the first time. I think it was a feature on the Games, on one of Games songs.
Devil's Advocate.
That
album.
The video.
Yeah.
All right, that was the first time to hear him, and I was like, yeah, all right. But then when Good Kid and Mad City dropped, and everybody was talking about it, I listened to it. It was one of the most detailed, or I felt like I was watching a movie almost, or I was there when he was, was rapping. Like I kind of like felt that it hit home with me. So Kendrick to me is definitely one of the top artists or top rappers in general to me. I like his delivery, the message most of the time. It's just not a lot of what I would call fluff or just unnecessary. Like some people, they make good music, but it's really not talking about nothing. They're just rhyming words. But Kendrick is definitely one of my favorites. Just about all his albums I like. I even had to go back and listen to like Section 80, Overly Dedicated. Like those are very, very good albums. So and I think out of all his albums, I think my favorite one is Good Kid, Mad City, and then Mr. Morale. A lot of people don't like Mr. Morale, but I really like it. I felt like it was therapeutic for one. And when I first heard it, I was like, it's cool, but the more I listen to it, like it's a lot of good songs in there. But Kendrick is definitely one of the top artists in me, for sure.
So, what I'm basing mine off is the impact that the rappers that I chose have on the industry, like to this day, So my first rapper would be Jay-Z, because it's just when you look at Rockefeller, that got started with Jay-Z. You look at the movies that they did. You look at the rap beef that he had with Nas. Everybody remembers that. It was a lot of great music came out of that. Everybody in hip hop was involved, like heavily involved in what was going on with that. You look at him getting with Beyonce, and that being a whole movement in itself. The whole Rockefeller was a movement in itself. Everybody that came up under them, Cam, all of them. Then you look at Rock Nation, you look at Tidal, you look at him pretty much heading what goes on with the Super Bowl at this point. You know, so his impact on hip hop and this world in general just solidifies him as, you know, he has to put him in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. The only thing with me is when I do these lists, I don't normally like, which makes sense, like you said, is the impact in general. Mm-hmm. Like with me, I don't always put someone in the list because of the impact outside of the music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but
he's
a dope rapper also.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
gonna tell y'all something. Everybody in my list they can rap. They may not be the best rapper, but they are like, you know, you can put them up, pretty much match them with anybody.
Yeah.
But it's mainly because of their impact on what the industry is today. They were actually pioneers and molders of what we hear today.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, that's kind of like what my list is based off of. So they can also rap. They all got a plethora of albums. They all got, you know,
because
you know,
Jay definitely is dope. He got great albums. Yeah.
So okay, cool.
All right, so getting to my second person on the list is also Jay. Well, he's not in any order, but yes. Jay is. But mine's is strictly albums. The Blueprint, the Blueprint. What's his first album? Reasonable Doubt. Yeah. Reasonable Doubt was ringing through the city in Philly when I was a kid. Like, to this day, some people feel like Reasonable Doubt is his best work. A lot of things that Jay did, even his later work, I feel like Jay still be coming with 444 is even still strong to me in this opinion when I listen to that. There's a lot of hits on there, a lot of things like OJ. Sometimes you can watch your artist grow into the person they are and their music grow and the things that they're doing, and you can see it in their music. And Jay became somewhat of a truth teller, kind of influencing people and trying to tell people how to move and do things better. So when I hear artists that definitely grows with their life and their lifestyle, and they're not just talking about the same thing they did 25 years ago, it's always a dope thing to me. But Jay's definitely on my list as well. But Chuck, you could go.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say T.I. Like, to me, but before T.I., of course you had Outkast and Good Mob, but lyrically made Atlanta relevant. But I think around the time, and it may be a couple people before, but T.I., I feel like his wordplay, like, I don't feel like he had
I'm Serious album.
Yeah, I'm Serious, like, was a great album. Like, he got a couple of classics, if you ask me. I think
Urban Legend is better than I'm Serious. Yeah.
But see, that's the thing.
And Serious got that one where he was talking with the devil.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened.
What happened? Yeah. Sorry, what happened?
So I'm Serious. Then you have trap music, and then you have King. King was a great album that was kind of. I don't think people slept on it, but it was definitely
kind of slept on it.
So I feel like T.I. definitely did a lot for the South, and it's one of those things like you said, like it withstands time, and even now when he rap, he's still good. Like, some people, they sound dated or it doesn't really necessarily sound good. Mm-hmm. T.I. even to this day really still sounds good. So, and like I said, this is no particular order, but T.I., that's gonna be.
Sometimes T.I. now though, I be like, right now, like, I'm not questioning him being on the top 10 at all. But sometimes when I hear Tip now, I be like,
You say crazy? Music or him?
Music.
T.I. didn't make my top 10, but I was hoping somebody put him on their top 10.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't make my top 10. But I was hoping somebody did put him on top 10 because I feel like he do deserve a spot on the top 10. Right. Yeah.
But Rob, you could go. Who you got next?
My number 2 is 50 Cent. You know, I'm gonna go down my list of things. 50 Cent, when he came on the scene, everybody was like, "Who is this cat?" You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, "I don't care. I'm going to war with everybody. It don't matter who it is." Then you look at the movement that started behind 50 Cent, the Ja Rule beefs, the, you know what I'm saying, the game, all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? He helped Eminem. You know, so it's a lot of things that came with the clothing lines, G Unit, G Unit, like it run around the world. Everybody knew who G Unit was. He was well known across seas in the United States. Then you look at the business moves he started making. You look at Vitamin Water, and then to this day he's doing movies. He just built this big studio, building this big studio in Shreveport, Louisiana. He got Power. He's been in movies, so fixed it, it's dope. And then, like I said, he's unapologetic about anything that he does. You can go beefing with Rick Ross. He just didn't care. He's a super troll, but he has every right to be. He can back his stuff up. So
I could listen to Get Rich or Die Trying front to back without stopping it. That's one of my favorite albums of all time.
That's one of my favorite albums.
Get Rich or Die Trying was definitely.
That was another one when it came out. I remember sitting at the kitchen table listening to that.
I never really paid attention to but that the theme song for Power Man.
Yeah.
When I hear that joint, for some reason that thing it takes me somewhere.
Yeah.
That song for some reason takes me somewhere. I don't know what it is.
I think 50 still make good music, but what happens is, I don't know. It's just I ain't gonna say the test of time. It's just I don't know.
Well, at this
because 50 wasn't the best lyricist of all time, but 50 made good music. Mm-hmm. He made good hooks and everything like that. So when you hear him rapping now, it's kind of it's okay, but it ain't captivating as it was when he first came in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because lyrically, he not the most put together.
He's not the most dynamic and anything like that, but his impact and like I said, what he brought to the table, the way he came in, he really made it off of his rap beefs. Right. Him beefing with everybody is what kind of made him who he was.
One of his first biggest hits was How to Rob, when he was naming everybody. Mm-hmm. And they got mad at him, niggas just make a regular song.
Yeah.
But alright, so my third person on the list is Nasir Jones, Mr. Nas. Nas, listen, 96 was one of my favorite years of my life. Zai went to the Olympics. Mm-hmm. Iverson got drafted by the Sixers. He crossed Jordan up.
The 96 Impala?
96. I still got my 96 Impala.
In 96, I feel was a great year. I think the Olympics was in the
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
That's the one. It's Olympic Zombie. Also, it was written. It was out. It was written as one of my favorite albums. I could listen to that shit to this day, front to back, with no issue. And he got some songs in there that the song when he was rapping about if he was a gun. I forgot the name of it exactly, but that's Street Dreams is crazy. Some of the beats he had. Nas had a way of illustrating the lifestyle that I kind of was seeing in my everyday life, and kind of was the first person that put me on the thought of being a thorough individual, being represented some sort of character. Why you street and why you hood and why you experiencing shit like that. And then I Ruled the World. I remember I was on a date. And this song was such, the girl played If I Ruled the World. I was thinking damn, I might marry this motherfucker.
That's funny.
But Nas, even Illmatic, even albums that necessarily wasn't the best later on that I still bang with. And he got some crazy hits like Hate Me Now. Even the album Nigga, I could listen to front to back, but they put the end. They can't say the word nigga.
I don't know why.
But
I like that album too.
So it's a lot of things. Even King's Gold, he got the one with I can't remember the flip he got on there, but there's a lot of albums that Nas got to this day that I really bang with.
Yourself a gun.
Yeah, even Ether, his battle with Jay-Z, that's a good point because they was really going at it. And it really honestly helped Jay step his game up even more because he say that so many people was picking Nas' side. Hold on, motherfucker. Yeah. So Nas is definitely one of my top 10, if not one of the top that I got dead or alive.
Jay kinda had to pull a Drake in there with that beef too, because he had a dog pull out the man,
Baby Mom.
Yeah. He pulled the Drake in that one.
I'm glad you brought that up. I thought about that. If I popped your baby mom, but in a malicious way, he did it, would you care? Cause I don't get along with my daughter mom, but I would still feel some type of way.
The thing is, they were they friends?
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't know they was necessarily just close like that. But.
Everybody in New York was close at one time.
But the way they made it, the way Jay made it seem was, he was skeeting in the nigga baby seat. Cause that's the line that Jay put in it. Like, damn, bro. Like, I'm not saying that.
You know that the line, right? You know, man, I ain't know where in the world he did that. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of
you ain't got that type of hate in you.
No, but his mom even called him like, yo, you wrong. You gotta chill. Jay about that.
I know, right?
That's more than that.
That's a very deviant mind, though.
Right. That's not.
Now it's
You
different.
thought of that?
But it's different if your baby mom is just like that.
Mm-hmm.
If she's just out there like that, it's different. Like if she just out here in the streets, fucking everybody, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But if we cool and your baby mom pop, well, I don't know, because maybe Nas already knew.
Maybe.
If we cool, it's just, if we were cool.
Because in the takeover, Jay-Z said, because you know who and you know when, but we gonna keep that between me and you. So Nas probably already knew he popped.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I just thought that was
just
interesting.
like if you was friends, just a dirty movie. You know, kind of. My more take on stuff like that. So
Right.
Like, yeah.
But Chuck, you up?
All right. I'm gonna have to go. J. Cole. J. Cole is a great storyteller. I think, especially like right now, like they say, it's a big thing. And I honestly, like, I'm not a fan of Drake, but yeah, I definitely believe it's Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, no particular order, because I think it changes. I think Cole is more like,
for different reasons, yeah.
Like a chill, laid back, like he dope, he got great storytelling. And he's one of the people, like I act like I was listening, or Forest Hill Drive was the album that made me listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to that, and to me, the last 10, 15 years, that's like a top 3 album to me, like easy top 3. Or at least top 5, I would have to think, but that's definitely one of them. And then I end up listening, like he just had music all over YouTube, just random music, and I just kind of end up falling into it one day, just listening. I'm like, wow, like he got a lot of music, and just about all of it is good music. Like I haven't found too many songs I was like, no, I don't like this one. Just about all of it is good, and like I say, he's a great storyteller, and I'm hoping. I don't think his relationship with Kendrick is
messed up.
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible. I think they'll be cool. Because that's one collaboration or album they spoke about before. Hopefully we still can get it. But definitely J. Cole. I feel like he like the Nas of now almost. And Nas, he did say
I agree with that.
He said that's his favorite, Nas' favorite rapper.
Nas even got mad at him for that song that he did the Kanye sample on. Is that a good thing?
Yeah. He said
he let Nas down.
A song called Let Nas Down.
Yeah,
I let Nas down, yep.
And the remix got Nas on it, but
I ain't even heard that.
You haven't heard that one with Nas on it? Yeah, it's a remix of Nas.
Yeah, he did a remix like kind of like right after it.
Yeah, I got here.
Yeah. With Nas, he did it with Nas. Yeah. So we on number 3, right?
Yeah.
I'm going with Snoop Dogg.
I no comment though.
So the reason why I'm going with Snoop Dogg is when it comes to the West Coast, outside of right now, when you think of West Coast, the first person you think of is Snoop Dogg. Out of anybody, if you think Snoop Dogg, worldwide, Snoop Dogg is probably the most known rapper of any rapper ever.
You can't argue that.
You know what I'm saying? Like Snoop Dogg, you know, like the dopest lyricist, anything like that, but his music, it's like...
Snoop is like the Morgan Freeman of hip hop.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's just there. Like I guess he have a timeless flow. His flow it's gonna pass for any time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that unique. Nobody can mimic that. Nobody can duplicate that. So it's gonna always kind of be relevant. And then, like I said, he ain't got to really talk about much of anything like that. Just make it sound like Snoop, you know?
Yeah.
And as soon as you hear Snoop, you know it's Snoop.
Yeah, you know it's Snoop, you know? So, and Snoop he had a pretty, his impact for us, like jumping from, he was there with Tupac. So he was there with Tupac.
Master P.
Master. Then I was gonna say I'll go through the transition, but he transitioned to Master P. Master P put him really on game, and then he kind of just branched off from there and just You know,
Yep.
took the knowledge that he learned from those scenarios and just went there. You know,
Right.
So and now he's just like Snoop. Everybody knows Snoop. Everybody loves Snoop. Snoop can go on ESPN, talk how he want to talk. He can go anywhere he want to go, and just he's so smooth with it. Snoop, the only rapper that can wear almost any gang flag that he want to wear. He wear all of them at the same time and be like, "Yeah, I did it," and nobody says anything. You know, he's like
They was mad at Snoop.
quadruple OG type thing. You know?
They was mad at Snoop performing at the inauguration though, but he still got past that too.
Yeah, it's the Snoop. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? All he gotta say, well, don't trust Smoke would be everybody change their mind.
No, he said no. What he really said was that he helped donate to some of his causes. That's going to eventually help people. So why wouldn't he do it?
Yeah,
That's what he said.
And that's been known for the guy for years. So you know, I mean, way back in the day. So, but that's my number 3.
All right, so we on to number 4, and my number 4 is going to be Lil Wayne. And I know he catches some flack right now for that album he just put out. Have y'all heard the album?
I heard a couple songs.
What you think?
The songs I heard, like, I don't know what he was like. The lyrics still pretty. They still lyrics that are dope, but the music no.
Yeah.
Well, this is the way I feel about that. It don't matter because Lil Wayne has put so much into the industry at this point. It don't matter what he do right now. Like he held it down for so long.
He did.
Music was garbage for a long time, and Lil Wayne was killing it. While them niggas was signed.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that either.
You said music was garbage for a long time.
I ain't gonna say it garbage, but you know, like
I can say
when Lil Wayne had people saw world when all that stuff was coming out. I'm going in, all that stuff was coming out. Lil Wayne went. I mean, and then where he came from, coming from a Cash Money, and when he was Lil Wayne, for real Lil Wayne, all the stuff that he was doing, everybody he was working with, man, he just got a catalog that's out of this world.
He do.
So it's just like, and then like I said, some of them, you know, at Eminem and stuff that he be out throwing out, he be like,
what you about to say?
They dropped the world on his head. It's terrible. I don't like it.
You know, I was kind of like a hype dude at one time, so like stuff like that was it would be making me like want to just tear stuff up. But
see, I get it. But see, this is okay. I had this conversation with my little cousin because they love Lil Wayne, but I keep telling people age and it doesn't, you know, because they was like, yes, because if you bring up Ice Cube to my little cousin, they like really kind of disrespect people like Ice Cube. Yeah. And I said, you got to realize because the same thing is going to happen to the people that you love and like.
And that's what's going on right now.
And that's what's happening. But this time is on himself.
Yeah.
That Rebirth and my little cousin like the rock album. That was a great rock album. You can't say it's a great rock album if you don't listen to any other rock music.
Right.
You like Lil Wayne and therefore you like this rock music because rock artists or people that make rock music or listen to rock music probably wouldn't like this.
Now this is my thing.
Like if Taylor Swift dropped the rap album, guess what? It's gonna be the #1 rap album, but rap fans is not gonna like it.
Right.
Yeah, and
same thing with the Beyonce.
I'm a type of person because I do play music, so I like a lot of music. It don't matter if I hear something. If the music sounds good, I'm going with it. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's kind of my thing too. So that's why I say I don't necessarily go off of like the lyrics most of all the time. I mean, but like the music is dope and you actually saying some good stuff too. But yeah, I get what you're saying though. I definitely get what you're saying.
To Rob's point, he was the first person to point out to me how simplistic Swiss Beats was. Like for the longest, I was like, Swiss is the greatest producer ever.
The artist that made Swiss music.
And I was like, Rob would tell me like, nah, this shit is basic. I'm like, what? We used to literally argue about this. And then I started getting into music myself and started listening. Then I started hearing other artists. Like T.I. did not want to get on Bring 'Em Out. DMX did not want to do the Rough Rider anthem. They did not like these songs, but they did them anyway. But for whatever reason, the combination of Swiss and these songs be taking motherfuckers to number one.
I'm gonna do one of the beats right now, and everybody gonna know what it is. Boom, 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 money cash, ho, money cash, ho.
That's a dope beat though.
No, but it's still simple.
Yes,
but it's
what did it take to
it's
make
very
that?
good.
But say, okay, people can say
DMX, Jay-Z,
people can say it's
Memphis
simple,
Bleak,
but to me, I'm not gonna even lie.
Beanie Siegel.
I like simplistic beats because those, to me, a lot of times be the best ones.
Let me tell you something. The artist, if it wasn't the particular artist that was on that song, it would not have hit the same way. Guaranteed. It was the artist that made those songs, man.
We can't keep because it's not like those are the only ones.
We got it's dope producers out there for real. Swiss is better now, but when he first came out, it was rough to listen to. If you actually was a musician, it was rough to listen to. But like I said, like DMX really made Swiss somebody because he was ripping them ugly beats.
Alright, so real quick, let me finish the Lil Wayne thing. Lil Wayne is in my top 10, but I do believe Wayne had writers. I believe Gilly was writing for him. I believe Pusha T was writing for him. I believe
Pusha T was?
Yes. I think that's that vendetta Pusha got against him because as soon as Jay-Z was like, if Wayne, once he finished, Wayne gonna be at the top, and Pusha was like, hold on, before you even do that, let's look at his credits. Let's see what he really did.
I didn't even.
Pusha said that. I think Pusha was writing for him. I think Gilly was writing for him, and I think Currency was writing for him. I believe that without a doubt because if you listen to Back That Thing Up, it was wobbly, wobbly, drop it like it's hot. Wobbly, like that was like his bars on the damn song. And then when Gilly got around him, I know Gilly, I'm from Philly, I know his whole style, and he sound just like a dude. He's saying Bull, John, a lot of his songs. I'm like, nah, that nigga Gilly writing for him.
Yeah.
And then like Lil Wayne, they say all of a sudden he transformed into the artist he was because he threw away the pen and the pad and it's off the head. Like, no. That
some of the stuff he be thinking ain't no way in the world it's off the head.
No. So
I can't say that though. Because he's doing it now. Like I don't think nobody's writing for him now. For sure. And he's still doing it.
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't, but I feel like the person Wayne was, his organic like rhythm that he had, mixed with I believe is the writers, mixed with the music, transformed him into the person he was. Because I cannot sit here in front. The Carter 2, fucking No Ceilings, the mixtape, all of these things I've listened to faithfully. Like
regardless if he had writers or not, it's still Wayne that did it.
Yeah,
you know.
Even that, like I feel like, because I thought he had writers.
Like even to this day, if I hear Go DJ, that's like one of my favorite shit. Mm-hmm. Mob, like Money on My Mind, Fireman, like all of these things, and then he started even entwining and mixing it with the New York style, even shooting his videos, and that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
So the combination, whether he had a writer or not, which I believe without question. But Wayne, that's why Wayne is one of my top, because Wayne lyrically, production, his style, everything that he was doing, I feel like was really, really lighting shit on fire.
Yeah.
So that's why I got Wayne in my top 10.
I'm gonna have to put Eminem.
Ooh.
Eminem, when I tell you, like when I first started listening to Eminem, I was definitely in shock listening to some of it. Like he real creative. The stories, the songs, it's kind of wild. Cause I think the first album that I really listened to was Marshall Mathers, and that album had me in the chokehold, like for real. Like I remember, that's another one. I was sitting at the kitchen table doing homework, and I was listening, and I'm sitting there like this is kind of like it was amazing, and it was shocking the stuff he was saying. That's one thing. I don't think too many other people would get away with what he was saying and what he was doing, or it wouldn't have went so well. But his storytelling, his lyrics are pretty good, and he's another one. Like I think now, his skill possibly didn't, or his song making, it didn't
translate to the club.
Translate now, because that the whole in the club thing that don't mean nothing, because people's life is probably like 25% club, but it just didn't, like now the music that he make is not as good to me, and it sounds the same. And then after people started like kind of talking about his rhyme scheme, now you can't unhear it. But Eminem is definitely one of the top, because 3, 4, maybe 5 albums are amazing to me. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never listened to our Eminem album straight through.
Yeah, my personal experience with Eminem was he was all shock value. Because when I did listen to one of his albums, I tried to listen to one, I couldn't make it through it. Outside the song that was on the radio, I felt like it was the white boy. Like when you start listening to the songs, that's exactly what it was. It was like a rock guy in rap, like grunge. It was like listening to grunge music in rap. You know what I'm saying? He was like
I didn't really like the songs on the radio.
Yeah. Like Stan, I love Stan.
Yeah.
My name is. I love that song.
The radio hits with
you ain't like My Name Is.
Was the only thing I like.
But it's cool. But that's it's
that song when he killed his baby mom and it was a Stan.
Like I said, all this stuff is like grunge.
I like that though.
Stan was dope.
I like Stan. I am whatever you say I am. Mm-hmm. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
Yeah.
That's hard. What else I like from Eminem? What's some more songs Eminem that was dope? He got a lot of dope songs.
Yeah. I mean, he got dope songs. All the radio songs, they definitely.
Recovery with Rihanna.
That's the reason why I said shock value.
You ain't like that song?
No.
I like that song.
But that's the reason why I said shock value, because like to hear him as a white guy rapping like that, and anytime he did a feature with someone, he kind of like really went in too, and then I think he got a lot more credit than he actually really deserved, because he was a black guy saying the same stuff. They'd been like, yeah, you still killed it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Renegade, the J.
Yeah, of course he killed the J.
I'm not gonna say he killed him, but
he held his own.
That was dope. But like you said, shock value, I don't even know if he necessarily was doing it because of shock value. That's just like
I don't think he was.
That's just him. Like
you say he said that.
No, I was saying that's just him.
Oh yeah. I think that was him. I don't think he was doing it for shock value, but I think it was. Like I said,
part of the reason why
he was a white boy in rap, and it sounded like when you actually listen to his lyrics and everything like that, he sounds like a white boy in rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he can rap.
No, yeah, he can rap. Yeah. But like I say, but then when people figured out the scheme, then you started hearing like all the white boys that can actually sound like Eminem. So that's just like you look at what the name of Yellow Wolf?
Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf was dope. He was alright.
Pretty much a split, identical, almost copy.
I feel like
Eminem.
I feel like Eminem lost the battle to MGK.
I think so too.
I feel like MGK had a way better song.
I think.
That MGK song and stuff, but 8 Mile.
I don't think it was behooving for anybody to try to battle rap Eminem. I mean, before I go through it, because of his color. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, MGK white.
I don't know what about that beat.
That's
the reason why I didn't come in on that beat. You know
they both white.
That's the reason why I didn't come in on that beat. Well, okay, that's cool then. Because I was gonna say,
white
black,
on white crowd.
I don't suggest nobody black try to beef with Eminem because he got too much over you. You know?
Yeah, I think at one point him and Nas, but I don't think Eminem got into it with him. But Nas definitely had some shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way it would have got taken wouldn't have been received the same way though.
I don't feel like
we can say that because we,
I don't feel like Eminem even beat Ja Rule in them. I feel like that was more 50 than anything.
Yeah, shop that.
Because if Eminem be talking about it as if he was the reason why everything happened with Ja Rule and Benzino and all of them, but I really feel like it was 50 that just squashed up. Because when you said
I don't look at Eminem in beefs. Like I really don't look at him in beefs. Like I don't know too much about MGK stuff, so I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly. Okay, I got y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
MGK. Machine Gun Kelly. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, he never was in a rap battle.
It's funny that on the beef against Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem said that Puff killed Tupac. It was like, I'm sorry, Diddy, I love you. But it's just funny how he said that. Now all this shit coming out about Puff now is like, maybe he seen something.
But they been saying that about
But nobody was saying it on record like that.
Like I said,
it's like a bit of
he can create a shock value that nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my whole point about it.
But I never think about Eminem. But
he is justifiable still because I just don't You don't put him in the top 10.
8 Mile, like I watch the raps 8 Mile all the time. Like the rap scenes, I don't give a fuck about the movie, but the rap scenes is always dope to me. Mm-hmm. And they say like Eminem was standing around just battling everybody on the movie set, and nobody could really fuck with him.
You know what's crazy? They said that freestyle, like he had a conversation with Anthony Mackie.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So that freestyle was legit about Anthony Mackie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really about it. Anthony Mackie said he was getting mad for real. Listening to it like, it's my life you talking about. This ain't a movie.
Because Clarence's parents got a real good marriage.
So basically, that's
he sat around and got to know him and learn about his real life and stuff, yeah.
Because you don't know what the fuck I've been through. But I know something about you. You went to Clarebrook. That's a private school. I think that was a school. But Rob, what you got next?
Dre. Dr. Dre. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
It's impact, dude.
Real quick, not to cut you off. Who did you kick off your list to put Eminem on there? That's what I was curious about.
I didn't kick nobody off.
Like you had to push somebody down the line to fit Eminem in.
No. Hell no.
Mm-hmm. You had to push anybody down to kick Big Dre in there? Okay, go ahead, Dre.
Not Dre Chronic, you know what I'm saying? He had the Chronic alone was enough, but then it's he was with NWA. Okay, so it started with NWA. He split from them. He gets with Suge, everything like that. His impact for as a producer, you know what I'm saying? I never say his impact. Eminem, 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? The game, Kendrick, like the list goes on and on for his impact, and it ain't like he didn't write. He'll slide a verse in here and there everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So
what's the guy named that sing I'm the man? I'm the man. He was supposed to sign to Dre, and Dre rejected him, and then he made that song. Eve was supposed to sign to Dre and left, and then went signed with Rough Rider. So even the people Dre reject be turned into superstars.
Yeah, like Dre makes stars. You know what I'm saying? Like Dre is what we listening to today is the direct impact of what Dre was putting out. You know what I'm saying? Like the styles that people are doing. Like I said, you put out Eminem, like the guy that you like Dre. That was directly through Dre. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then you got Dre beats, you know, like his impact on.
The reason I get, because like you said, the impact. The reason why I don't put him in my top 10 for rappers, I would say top 10 possibly hip hop stars. Yes, rappers no, because he didn't write his music. Not like that was Ice Cube when he was in NWA that wrote his music.
Mm-hmm. So therefore, we would have to get Kanye off my list.
No, because Kanye West initially was writing his music.
But we just got Wayne's.
Yeah, we have to get Wayne on this too.
But see, okay, this is the difference though. Like you said, I believe that Wayne has some ghostwriters, but it's no way that all of those songs, because he has a lot, mixtapes. It's no way that people was writing all of their music. Mm-hmm. There's no way that all their music, and to this day that means like they don't have Wayne. I'm not gonna say he broke, but he don't got money to be paying nobody to write for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean I've been saying that for years too. Yeah.
So like I can't take it away.
I was in an argument with a girl in like 2009 or something like that, and she was just like, on some like hood stuff. She was like about somebody was rich. I'm just like. I said, you don't know, like, it ain't no richness like that out there. She said, Wayne? And I'm just like, that nigga ain't got no money like that. That nigga begging baby for money.
Gilly said that. Gilly said one time they broke down on the bus and he had to get a wire from Birdman for them to keep going.
Mm-hmm. And everybody knew that then, but you know, like.
Shit, Gilly. Lil Wayne got on a Gilly chain in one of his videos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen that. But that's okay. So, but like I said, that was your impact, yes. But as far as rapping, because even one of Dre's biggest songs, matter of fact, all of Dre's biggest songs, Dre Day,
California Love,
Snoop wrote that. Mm-hmm. Still Dre Day, Jay-Z wrote that. So,
but he didn't. Like it's. I know that people wrote for him. But it was still him, like he still delivered it. He delivered it. If you give a garbage delivery, it ain't gonna sell.
No, because they give you the delivery.
Nah, but you
When
still
I- if
you
I
gotta
write
sell the delivery. Like
when
a
I
lot of people
write-
can't sell the delivery that's given to them.
Like when I write it for you, I go and record it, and you repeat it the way I tell you.
Yeah, I know.
So that's like I said, that's how. Cause like even when it come down to producing, I don't look at Puff as a producer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you just put your name on it. You didn't produce it.
Puff is a great talent seer.
I don't even know if it's that.
Talent seer, that's wild. Talent tamer.
He's the same thing as Baby.
Yeah.
Talent, great talent.
They visionaries.
Yeah,
How about that?
yeah.
All right, so this one of the people that to me I feel like it made people proud of Atlanta and the Atlanta scene or the hip hop scene, and it's Andre 3000. And it's hard to leave out. Like I don't like to leave Big Boy out because to me
You got to.
no, because Big Boy is dope. It's just a fact. I feel like people didn't get his delivery, and it was easier to pick up on what Andre 3000 was saying. That's what it is. But Andre 3000, I might have put him there because
That ain't why.
He the biggest hater of Big Boy.
That ain't why.
Never heard a Big Boy voice verse in his life, but he just don't like Big Boy.
yeah.
That ain't why. Andre 3000 just was rapping circles around Big Boy. That's what it was.
But
Like even that, I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm gonna let you talk. But even like creatively, Big Boy would try his best to get on the same level as Andre, in my opinion. Like Cola's a Pretty Boy, a polar bear toenails and shit like that he would say. I thought was like, okay, that's dope. But Andre would make shit logically creative and shit that the culture need to hear creatively. He wasn't just going off on no random creative words to sound fly. He was correcting people that, yo, we need to do this, we need to do that, at the same time of being fly and dope. He's like an equivalent of Nas, but with a little bit better, in my opinion, better flow. And a little bit more better of delivery.
Repeat him on this, right?
I'm telling you, nigga, go ahead.
Cause he haven't necessarily even listened to Big
I have
Boy
listened to Big Boy.
enough to really even understand some of the stuff Big Boy was saying. You know, they were two totally different artists, and that's why they flowed together so well.
right, so
Right.
like with them two, like that's the thing. Like I feel like to me, Andre is more palatable because it was easier. Like I said, to me, what it was with Big Boy, his flow was a little unorthodox. It was a little like I remember they said when they first started, one of their favorite rap groups was Das Effects, which is from New York. And I feel like because Dre said he rapped fast, he rapped the same way. So Big Boy kind of stuck with that, and Andre kind of went in a different direction and developed a different style possibly, or that's what happened. But Andre 3000, like Outkast in general, to me made me feel proud, or I feel like made people feel proud to be from Atlanta, or especially at that time. I think that's when like Freaknik became a thing. Well, it became a thing in the 80s, but I think it got popular around 92, 93. That's when they dropped 94 maybe. But Andre 3000 is like so enlightening. Like he was, I feel like you said, he was like light speeds ahead of people. And they were so dope, so smooth. So he's definitely gonna have to be in the top for me because one of my favorites from him when he said my like on Aquemini to me, that song in general is like one of my favorite songs. When he said alien can blend right on in with your skin, look again cause I swear I spot one every now and then. Like that was to me, like it kind of blew my mind. I can go for days actually with a couple of lines or verses from Andre 3000, but he's definitely one of the top ones by far to me. By far.
Andre, like, he in my top 10 too, so I'm not even going when we look back around.
I guess he in all our top.
So we could just mark this as number 7.
Well, he's number 7 too, but let me tell you the reason why he my number 7. Because at a time where hip hop was on the East and West Coast, and in the middle of a war between the East and West Coast, Pop and Big, Andre 3000 went on stage and said, hey, the South got something to say too.
Yeah.
And that opened the door for the South to get in, and we've been running ever since. We barely had a foot in the door before then. We were there, but we ain't have our foot in the door in no big way.
Right.
After that, people started listening to what the South had to say, and they were the front runners for that. And that's the reason why I put 150,000. Just for that alone, he started something big. You know what I'm saying? Then, attached to him, and I always say this, attached to him was Big Boy. Now what came with Big Boy? Big Boy came with Killer Mike. Big Boy came with the Dungeon Family. Everything, they all fell under, but like I feel like that all really came with Big Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that at now with that fell up under Outkast. They all took off after that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why. So
I like Big Boy. I don't dislike Big Boy, but I just think he ain't close to Andre. And but it's like all this is just based on how we feel about people. All this is just our opinion.
I don't compare it to Andre, but I compare him to a lot of other rappers, and I can see where his where his lyricism is up there. You know what I'm saying? And when you compare him to Andre 3000 or somebody like that, Andre is on some.
But that's it's really hard to compare anybody.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
and another reason why Andre is so high on my list.
So you listen to CeeLo.
Yeah.
CeeLo rapping.
Yes.
CeeLo nice.
Yes.
CeeLo monster, man.
Yeah. But another reason why Andre 3000 is so high on my list because Andre did something that's so hard to do in hip hop in our community in general. He made being decent character thorough. Mm-hmm. Somebody being upright, doing the right thing thorough. Like he made preaching thorough to some extent. Like he wasn't just getting on there talking about fucking bitches, getting money, and driving cars. He would talk about it, but in the sense of his experiences and how he learned and grew from it. Mm-hmm. Like even on Walking Out, like if he talking on Walking Out about wearing clothes that fit, be more respectful to your parents, and like he even said like how he don't even agree with some shit in New York. Like if you say real talk, I probably won't trust you. He being honest and talking to you, but at the same time, it's like you can't even get mad at it. Right. Like it's just out of respect for who he is and who he's an individual. Mm-hmm. Even when he talk about on this shit with Pimp C and the marriage song, Players Anthem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was like, I had to CC every girl that I CC around town. Like, the lines be so dope, but it's like so respectful.